Hi, this is John with Flat 6 Motorsports, and we want to give you a little behind-the-scenes look at engineering the new Macan intake system. Several folks out there had some interest in it, so we want to put together a little video real quick and show you some of the challenges we had. So this is the new air filter, and as you can see, it's a little different from the old one, and ignore this. This one is one that got damaged, so we took it out for display purposes. So we had to completely redesign the air filter from our previous generation intake. So this new intake system is going to fit the 19 Plus S and the 20 Plus GTS or Turbo, and known as the 95 B.2. What we did learn was this optimal shape, this bell horn shape at the top of the filter for good air distribution on the first Macan. The second Macan actually turned out to be the exact same truth. We just had to redesign the filter completely. It's a little different width. And it actually picked up 15 wheel horsepower on the dyno, which is better than the 10 wheel horsepower picked up on the previous generation Macan. So excited about that. One of the challenges we ran into is initially we just kind of took the same concept we did from the last one. We put a carbon fiber duct on the top, and the new Macan air filter has basically a plastic shell here that integrates with the factory air box. So when you pull that out, you need something to fill that in. And we went down the path of using carbon fiber, which is beautiful. We really love carbon fiber. One of the challenges we've run into with carbon fiber, just to give you a little bit behind the scenes, is demand is very high for these products. And our ability to produce these is roughly about one per day, one per every other day. And we're trying to produce some other carbon fiber parts as well. So the challenge is we're likely not going to ever be able to keep up with the demand unless we change something. And one of those changes is just going to be material. So we'll still likely offer carbon fiber, and we currently are, but it's probably going to be more on a limited basis. This obviously is a great fitting part. It's a handmade part. Squeezes right down there, and what happens with this is it slides into the factory air box like that. Seals it up nicely. So with the challenges we had in terms of just the supply chain of carbon fiber, we decided to look at different materials, and obviously one of the things we studied was the factory materials, which is a polycarbonate blend. It's kind of an ABS polycarb blend. So we looked to design a plastic piece to mimic that. First, what we did was we 3D modeled the side panel. So this is a printed part off our 3D printer, which is great for prototyping. As you can see, the finish of this isn't as nice as the carbon fiber, and we felt the quality of something like this is probably not going to be something we can sell to customers. We do use it for end-use parts on some things, but on a part like this, we wanted a little higher quality solution. Obviously, the fitment on this is going to be great, nice and snug. So one of the things we did explore at first was another 3D printed part, a technique called SLS 3D printing, which is a selective laser sintering process, and that builds it up through a powder material layer by layer, which gives you the ability to make these really cool, complex shapes. And also, the finish on it's really beautiful. This is in white. Obviously, we would probably dye this one black, but just a very nice surface finish. Obviously, the fitment is great on this too. One of the challenges with this process is the cost to 3D print one of these on an SLS printer is very similar to carbon fiber. And I don't know about you, but I think the perception is that carbon fiber is worth a lot more. It should be, but ironically, the costs aren't really that much different. So one of the things we looked at was, if we're going to make plastic, is there a possibility to do plastic injection molding on this part? And it turned out to be the case. Usually plastic injection molding is used for very high volume manufacturing, phone cases, microphone clips, toys, that kind of thing. And in our process, one of the things that deterred us originally was the extremely high upfront cost of the mold. The per unit obviously isn't as much, but it's just a very big expense and investment. We decided to bite the bullet and do it because we believe in this product, and this was our first prototype. So one of the challenges with plastic injection molding is you can't really make a super complex shape like this in the mold. So we had to take these channel legs and rivet them to the actual panel. It does have a nice, beautiful finish. It looks very similar to the factory. One of the problems we ran into, that fits great, but it sticks up a little bit because of the rivets right there, which is, not what we want. We don't want to squeeze the filter. We want something that's nice and flush, that's going to give you the high quality experience our customers deserve and expect. So the next iteration of this was, why don't we move those rivets down? And that actually worked great, fit like a glove, but we still have these rivets here. One of the other processes is we use these countersunk rivets that are basically just don't protrude out. So this fits like a glove as well, very nice. We're looking at potentially, maybe we can anodize these in black, paint them in black. And then finally we found an opportunity with an adhesive, and these have holes in them, but we're gonna test this adhesive on the car. It's an industrial grade adhesive with high heat temp and such. Just gives it a cleaner, look in our opinion. Obviously it's gonna fit like a glove as well. And so this is the current part of the process we're involved on with this project is we're gonna be testing this through various heat cycles outside of the car in different chambers, and then we're gonna throw it inside a car and do some bro testing with it. And again, they just had these punctured as a prototype, but that looks pretty good. So the next step of the phase is gonna be validating this, and then the actual top that right now we use a carbon fiber duct for, we will be modeling that in plastic as well. And we're looking at, basically the same strategy. Do we 3D print that part out of a plastic? There's some carbon fiber, nylon materials, some composite materials that might be interesting for that purpose as well, that we might be able to 3D print. Or will we go again with a plastic injection molded part? I don't know yet. And that's kind of the part of the process of designing, developing, and testing a product. So that's where we're at with the program. These intakes are available now at flat6motorsports.com. We do have some in stock in the full carbon fiber version, but definitely stay tuned. What we're hoping to do is bring the cost curve down a little bit with plastic. Obviously, we know that it isn't going to have the same sex appeal as carbon fiber, but we should be offering both in the future, a full plastic solution or full carbon fiber solution. And hopefully what we're gonna do is be able to take a little cost out of the plastic side. But looks great, performs great, 15 wheel horsepower, super easy install. Just a really great product. We look forward to getting these in the hands of more Porsche enthusiasts out there. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out, flat6motorsports.com. It's a 95B.2 cold air intake system. Let us know if you have any comments or questions. Happy to help answer anything and show you anything behind the scenes here.